Tin pot dictators come and tin pot dictators go, but the United States Republic just keeps on going, doesn't it? I think fundamentally one of the things that the fathers and the framers of our nation got right has to do with the mandate that the leader of our armed forces, the commander-in-chief of our armed forces, is actually a civilian person. He's not a military general. Other nations, the person who's the top-ranking military general happens to go ahead and be the leader of the nation. You end up seeing this in Africa quite a bit. Problem is, the guy with the gun usually has a bias. Squeaky window. Because he has this weapon, he has this sword, people tend to cower beneath his will. That messes with your mind, man. And it isn't good. And it isn't good in the long term. And a warrior doesn't really bring true production to the society. A warrior can protect you from other people who could harm your society. A warrior could harm a competing society. But as far as natural production, he's not planting crops. He's not fixing houses. He's not preparing food. He's just going around hurting people and breaking stuff. The reason why I'm talking about this and what makes our nation great is I think that there's some principles that need to carry over no matter what, whether or not we have a so-called rule of law or not. The principle of having a society-driven community is essential, as opposed to an armed despot. That type of power is the power that corrupts, the power that you get with a weapon. If you happen to be the only guy with a handgun and you get to call the shots, it may seem all well and good, but the problem is, a person is never right. I can't tell you how many times I've been wrong. And imagine the damage if you're wrong, and because you have a weapon, everybody cowers and goes along with what you say, even though you're wrong. That's 10 times more harmful. Some food for thought.